Alright, here it is. That's what we're about to start working on. Farmhand, I think it's 258. I just picked this up for $200, but it's in pretty rough shape. It came with all the cylinders and everything, but they were in pretty bad shape. There's two of them laying right there. I already pulled them off. Probably ain't gonna end up getting new ones, because the rods on those are pitted pretty bad. This thing looked like it was sitting at the bottom of a lake for a while, but it's the frame, everything looks straight on it. So I don't see any reason why we can't make this thing do some work. Didn't get a bucket or anything with it. So, but right now, to start with, I'm going to start making some stands. Stands will go, they attach right down here. And I'll explain how that works whenever I get started on that. And then I got some brackets. They go on a John Deere, and this is going on a 986. So I'm gonna have to make my own brackets. The frame width is a little bit different, so we'll get started on that. And then after I get those two things done, then we're gonna have to do a little bit of work on some of this stuff. You can see this is bent a little bit here, and this isn't even in the center anymore, and I really can't tell you why that's like that. Somebody's done some welding around right here. There's a few places on this thing where this pin is welded in there, though looks like most of those welds are broken. So there's going to be a bunch of little stuff like that. Most of the pins that were in this thing, and some of these up here, weren't even the right size pins, so I'll probably end up just making a bunch of new pins myself. I don't know yet. We'll see whenever we get there. Didn't have any lines or hoses or anything with it either, so we'll have to get the plumbing run on this, and it's going to be a pretty big project. It's probably going to take me a while. Everything takes me much longer than it should, so let's go ahead and get started on this thing. Okay, just to show you guys, these are the brackets that mount on the frame of the tractor that the loader was on, that I got with it. That I think it was on a John Deere. I don't know what model, but so anyway, I'm going to be making my own for the 986, but I'm just going to be copying what's here. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Not going to make anything too much different. You can see that even some parts of these things were not in very good shape either. See that huge crack right there, and that weld right there is cracked almost the entire length, and right there. Looks like that front part there is bent a little bit. Not sure why, unless they made it to go on a tractor that it wasn't supposed to go on or something, but or this just Fritz, no. Sounds like I just discovered a rattlesnake too, so I'm gonna go take care of that. Be back with y'all guys in a minute. Okay, I got a 1/2 inch by 10 flat here. Already had it cut. Had somebody with a bandsaw cut this down to the pieces that I need. And this is the part that's going to actually mount to the frame. I'm going to drill holes. I got 9 holes total. These 7 up here go in the frame, and down here these 2 I'll have to build a cross member that goes between the 2, and that'll just add some rigidity to it, keep it from moving back and forth. I'll probably come back later and where I got these lines, just do like a chamfer, just cut that off so there's just not a corner here. Maybe come back something like that on this forward end, since there won't really be anything right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some holes drilled in this. Got to drill them out to 5/8. Start with a smaller bed. I think I got one that's pretty sharp, so that shouldn't take too long. And this piece right here, this is the part where the towers are actually gonna sit on and mount. I need a 1.5 inch hole right here, and that's where the clamp that'll hold it down will go through. So I'm gonna get this drilled out, then go do a test fit, make sure everything's good. I just now went out there and double checked my measurements, make sure everything was good. I'm glad I did, because this one was actually a 1/4 inch off, but everything looks good now. So let's go drill some holes. I'm going to go ahead and get this marked here where that other plate needs to go, and get that at least tacked on. Going 4.5 inches from the top. Now, yeah, 4.5 inches. And then the back side will sit flush over here. Let's see. Alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to come back with underneath this with some 1/4 inch. Probably come out about 1.5 inches, and then bend and come down at an angle like that, and this thing will be boxed in. Over here, we'll have to make it a little bit different because it can't come all the way down to the bottom. We're going to have to be able to get to our holes right there. All right, let's go cut some 1/4 inch. Here's what I got cut. This piece, you probably can't see it on the camera, but there's a score right here. This is where we're gonna bend it. We're gonna do a 73-degree bend. And then over here, this is how we're gonna clear those bottom bolts. So we're gonna put another bend right here at 17 degrees. First we'll get this aligned with this hole, weld it around there, and then we'll get that other bigger piece on here, weld that up. This has got the same ID as what we're going to use, but this is only 120 wall. We're going to use 1/4 inch wall. And then what happens is there'll be this is 1.5, and there'll be a 1 1/4 threaded rod that comes through here with a big nut that you'll tighten right here, and that's what keeps the loader clamped down to this plate right here. So we're going to go over to the bender, get this piece bent. I'm going to bend this 73-degree part first, then I have to change the setup so we can bend. It's just right here, just that part there that we want to bend another 17 degrees. All right, let's get it done. It's like about 68, and you go just a little bit more. And that's like 72. Yeah. 72. I think we're going to call that good. This one doesn't need much. Since this one was 72, we'll go 18. And I goofed. Totally goofed. Man. Wasn't paying attention. I needed to slide this over this way. Man. Look at that. All right. It's not too bad. I think I can straighten that back out. That looks pretty good, actually. It's just a hair out of... That's not going to matter. I'll be able to make that work. Let's go test this, see how it fits. Okay, we got a pretty good fit. Ended up about just like I wanted it. Wanted about a 1/2 inch here, it's really close, and a 1/2 inch up here, so I can lay a nice weld in there. We got a 3/4 inch from the center of the bolt here to that. So we got nice clearance there. It ended up just a little bit weird because of my goof. I got it straightened out pretty good, but you can tell it's just a little bit. It's not quite right, but it's close enough. No one's going to notice. I'll do better on the next one. But here's our end cap right there. That where I tack welded that in there is maybe just a little bit in the way. You can see it doesn't fit. Ended up a little weird, but it's pretty close. This piece will go on the other side here. Whoops. Push that all the way down. Get over here. Well, I moved it out of position now. Okay, about right there. Now, see, you can see this piece on this side fits a lot better because I didn't mess it up. Alright. Now then, what I was going to do is this little triangle right here. So I was going to fill this in. But after looking at it, I'm going to go just like that. What I decided I'm going to do, I'm going to take another piece like this one. It's going to have to be a little bit, take about, maybe cut it 1/8 of an inch shorter on this end. And this is going to go, basically it'll go inside there, so that corner down there, it'll go right here, but inside there. And that way I can get, it'll be a nice weld to this, and it'll help basically act as a huge gusset, strengthen this. I thought I might go ahead, I thought I might end up, you know, making one of these to put right here anyway, but this one will just end up about, I think about right here. About there, and just this little corner is what will be on the outside. So I'm going to have to cut, I'm not going to use this little triangle piece. got another one of these to go here. I might go ahead, put another one here. I'm not sure. Hey, look guys, just wanted to show you. This is the one for the other side that I bent correctly. And look how much better it fits. Amazing. This side too. Okay, I got the inner brace here tacked up, and I got a piece of tubing, 2-inch, 1/4-inch wall tubing. That's going to go all the way through here. And let's see if this bottom piece is going to fit or not. And not quite. Looks like our problem's right here. Got a bunch of weld splatter right there. So I'm going to come in with the die grinder and just clean this all up. And I can kind of see, I might not have oversized this hole quite enough. But this is where the plasma cutter, this is where it started right here. And sometimes where it starts, it kind of leaves not a perfect, there's a little bit of extra material there sometimes. Sometimes you just got to come back in and clean it up a little bit. So I'll get the die grinder, clean that up. Okay, just a little bit of grinding on that corner, and that got it to fit. I'm pretty close on this. It's maybe a little bit more this way than that way, but it's close enough. I'm going to weld all that up. To get this thing aligned, I just use a piece of 1.5-inch tubing, and it's kind of a tight fit, but I got it just a little ways into the 2-inch tubing. Then I was able to just stick it on there, and I just held it up to here, and then just put some tacks on it. But I needed to get this on here because I'm gonna need to weld up inside here before I start welding on this outside part. So now I got this thing turned around the other way. I can't show you with that other piece on here, but I did test it. I'm going to be able to get in just like that. So inside, I'll be able to get a weld here, and I think I can. It looked like I'd be able to kind of get some right here too. So I'll probably do this. Maybe do a stitch right there, and then it's about right here is where it breaks to the outside there. So I'm going to have that all welded up from the outside. So I won't be able to get anything over here, but that's fine. If you remember, I wasn't originally going to put this in here. I just had that small piece just to fill that area there. So even though I can't weld this whole thing up, it'll be welded to here and here, so that'll provide a good brace, like a big gusset there. And then some of it'll be enough welded to this other piece, and I think it'll add a lot to it. So I did do right having this on here already. I'll get this welded up. I wanted to weld all the way around here. And that's mostly just because this is basically going to be sealed up in here. And so I don't want water and whatever else, water's going to get on top of this. I don't want it running down in here and filling up. I noticed on the brackets that came with it, there's actually a hole right here, but there's no hole in the plate down here. So I couldn't find a hole anywhere where water could get out. Water is going to run down in there. So I don't know if y'all can see that. It's pointing right here. There's a hole right here. So I thought that was kind of weird. I guess they... So it's basically where I drew this circle right here. I was going to come back and put one and just run a piece of tubing, a smaller tubing, and run it all the way through the other one, because there is a place right here where basically dirt and water and whatever is going to get. You're going to be able to see this top plate right here even when the loader's on here. So, but instead I'm not going to do that. Instead what I'm going to do is there's going to be a piece at an angle, a 45 angle right here, and basically that's what the pillar comes up against. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a small, like, you know, semicircle, and that way, you know, if I want to wash it or whatever, or if water gets in here, it can just run out that way. Alright, I got some welding done. I decided to go ahead and put another brace right here. I'd kind of gone back and forth on whether I was going to do that or not, and I just decided to go ahead and do it. As I was welding this, I realized I might have a problem. I didn't consider something. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now, before I work on the other side and before I go any further on this side, even though I think I'm at the point of no return now, or at least I'm at the point I don't want to have to redo a whole bunch. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tractor in the shop and get both brackets bolted on, and just kind of see how it looks. Also, what I meant to do before I even started doing any of this, after I had these brackets, you know, drilled out, or just this plate drilled out before I started working on any of this, I meant the cross member that goes underneath the frame is going to bolt in these holes right here. And I already got a pretty good measurement. There's not really anywhere to measure directly across the frame, but I think I got a pretty close measurement. It's right on 22 inches. But I wanted to put these on here, on the tractor, bolt them up, and measure just to make sure, so I can go ahead and get started on that cross member whenever I'm ready. So I wish I had done that before I did all the rest of this, because it's just going to be heavier I don't want to have to take these brackets on and off a bunch of times. So alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the tractor in here and get going on that, and then we'll see what's going on. Here we go, got them on. This is the left side, one I haven't really done anything to. All I had done was just tack this bottom plate to it. Got my measurement. See, the cross member will go, I don't know if you can see the hole there on the other side, basically right here, and it'll go down a little bit, so it'll kind of clear the oil pan right there. So here's what I was thinking my problem was. See if I can get out here for you. Got this piece of cardboard real quick, just as kind of to visualize what that tower will look like sitting here. So what happens is, when you want to take it off, this tower is going to move back. It's going to pivot on where the pin is up here, and it's going to kick back. So it'll be like this. It'll kick back, and that's how you remove it. And see, I don't have much room for it to kick back, so maybe shouldn't have put these so far back and so close to the cab. The loader's so long that I didn't want it, you know, these towers out here because then the loader would stick out way far in front. So it's just the one thing I hadn't, one of the things I hadn't considered. So but other than that, everything seems good. Go around to the other side here. See, so this is the one I'd been working on. Let me turn that air conditioner off. I was probably making a lot of noise. Alright. So, what else? I don't know. I guess that's about it. I'm probably just going to live with the way where these are. If I ever have to take it off, then I can probably do it. It's just going to be a trick. Kicking that thing out a little bit, back up some, kick it out some more, back up more. I think I'll be able to do it. I don't really know. I don't know if that's a problem on other tractors or if they just have the towers up here further. I don't know. That's something probably later tonight I'm gonna look into. I know John Deere's like a comparable John Deere to this. You know, this front end, this front snout here is just so much longer, and the cab, this cab's kind of here in front of the back wheels, but on a lot of John Deere's, then you got the cab way back here, so it's just totally different geometry. So I guess that's going to do it for now. I'm going to go ahead and keep going with this. I'm going to get these all welded up. I'm probably just going to go ahead. See, this is what I was talking about that was in the way of when I get my square tubing on here. So this whole thing right here is going to come off. Take these bolts off. I got to get these weights off first. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I was kind of hesitant to start doing that, but I don't really pick up that much with the rear, that rear lift. You know, a lot of my stuff is just drag stuff, so I really don't even think I need these on here right now. They were on the tractor when I got it, and I never had a reason to mess with them. So next time I'll probably get these. I'll have this off. I'll get my square tubing coming out here. Square tubing is going to come out somewhere about right here, and then I'll have to make some kind of deal to bolt to the front here, and then I'll weld a piece of plate inside of that square tubing, and then that'll bolt on to the other piece that's going to bolt onto here. And at that point, I got a few other little things I have to do on here. Obviously, I got to finish welding and do the other side. I'll kind of make this look a little bit better. I mean, this doesn't really need to be down there. It's not a problem. It's not going to be in the way of anything, but one of these lines here, I'll come in and just trim that off. So yeah, like I said, that'll do it for now, and next time I'll be going on all that stuff and get a little further on this project. Oh, and get the cross member done. Let me explain why the cross member real quick before we're done here. So these towers sit on here like this. Obviously it's wide, something like this. Then here would be the other side. So if these things start trying to, you know, move side to side, like you have a heavy load or something, and it kind of starts to shake or go to one side a little bit, what's going to happen is it's going to try to make this frame and everything twist, And this frame, I mean, it's pretty heavy duty. It's about 3/8. It's just a 3/8 channel. But it's not really made to handle that twisting motion like that. So coming in under here with a cross member that goes down here, that'll stabilize it side to side and help eliminate that. So now that I got my measurement on that, I'll be able to get that done. That should be quick and easy. So that's it, guys. I'll see y'all later.